At IKEA, your dreams can come true. Well, maybe not the ones where you're being chased by a monster. We're talking about kitchen dreams. And there are IKEA products and solutions for all of them. Whether it's a whole new kitchen, a statement glassware set, or just new cutlery. If you got big dreams or small dreams in any size of budget, IKEA can help you bring them to life. Visit IKEA.us/dreamkitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities.
¿Hablas español?
Sprichst du Deutsch?
Kan du norsk?
If you used Babbel, you would. Babbel's conversation-based techniques teaches you useful words and phrases to get you speaking quickly about the things you actually talk about in the real world, with lessons handcrafted by over 200 language experts and voiced by real native speakers. Babbel is like having a private tutor in your pocket. Start speaking with Babbel today. Get up to 55% off your Babbel subscription right now at babbel.com/Spotify. Spelled BABBEL.com/Spotify. Rules and restrictions may apply.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
All right. Hello there. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to the Rita Cosby Show, second hour here on the Red Apple Audio Networks. My name is TJ McCormack, in for Rita on this Thanksgiving, and I do wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm grateful to be in a position to spend this next hour with you, whether you're driving home from your family, whether you are pulling some holiday hours at the job, out there driving a truck, or keeping us safe if you're on the job, as they say, certainly here in New York, if you're on a job, and keeping us safe. Welcome to the program, and it's a real nice thing to be joining you in this intimate relationship between radio station and listener. It is truly something that I value. And on a night like Thanksgiving, I used to drive a cab back in the day. I drove a taxi in my days as a struggling stand-up comic back in the late 80s and early 90s. I drove a taxi and would lean on shows like this to keep me company as I pushed that hack around, risking my life. 1-800-848-9222 is the number, as always, on this Thanksgiving evening, where we are sadly reflecting on the fact that Sarah Beckstrom, one of the two National Guardsmen ambushed in Washington, D.C. this week by Rahmanullah Lakanwal, a former CIA-related operative for the on behalf of the United States in Afghanistan. She succumbed to her injuries while many of us were enjoying Thanksgiving with our family and friends. That's when the news broke a couple of hours ago. Guardsman Andrew Wolf remains in critical condition at this time. So all of them, their families, the late Sarah Beckstrom, 20 years old, 20. We pray for her and her family, and Guardsman Andrew Wolf and his family and his team of doctors. We pray for the doctors as well, that they're on the top of their game and able to bring him through. 1-800-848-9222. And, just to put a little color on this, and we're going to get to Joaquin in a moment. I know he is aching to discuss this. Rahmanullah Lakanwal, the Afghan national, this is from the New York Post. The Afghan national suspected of shooting these two National Guard members was allowed into the U.S. under a Biden-era resettlement program that Republican lawmakers had been warning could pose a threat to Americans. The alleged shooter was among roughly 90,000 Afghans allowed early entry into the U.S. There was similar, and a lot of the coalition forces that had been in Afghanistan had relied on the translating services and the sort of facilitating abilities of some of these operatives on the ground. Many of them, you're hearing this, 90,000 Afghans. This has come up in the UK recently. A lot of names and numbers and information about UK assistants, Afghan nationals and others who had helped out British forces in the region, in the sandbox, as they call it, they've received similar. So you imagine this is something. This instance in this ambush in Washington D.C. is going to have a lot of authorities and a lot of military and a lot of intelligence services on their toes, with their radar hopefully set to very sensitive to watch the comings and goings of potential radicals who have snuck into their countries under the auspices of these resettlement programs. This Biden administration program was known as the Operation Allies Welcome. Boy, ain't that lovely. This guy was welcomed as an ally. 1-800-848-9222. And again, we're also connecting the dots. We're connecting the dots. And this is when I get angry again. This is when I get very un-Thanksgiving-ish. But this is when we connect the dots. And we remember that over the last several months, over the last year, this chorus, and actually going back to the beginning of the previous presidential campaign, with the chorus of threat to democracy and fascist and Nazi and fascist and threat and now we're hearing dictator, and we're here, and now they're folding in. Now the leftists, the senators and the congressmen and the governors like Pritzker, probably now having his fifths of turkey and pie in Illinois. People like Pritzker and others talking about jackbooted thugs and referring to our federal agents and guardsmen as the Gestapo and henchmen, etc., etc. And now this. It's the latest. You know what? It's not a one-off attack. This is the latest attack. It's the latest attack, the most recent attack. And now there's a 20-year-old young woman who has died from West Virginia National Guard. She's now passed on Thanksgiving. I'm sorry. It's absolutely it's a conclusion that we have to make. There is now a feeling and a sentiment and a climate that is being established by the left in this country. And I'm sorry, there's no other way to look at it. You can only call people Nazis and the Gestapo so much. And don't forget now, again, as we said in the first hour, the people that these dopey leftists are talking to are themselves dopey leftists. And those dopey leftists believe that the ends justify every single thing they do, including pulling triggers. Don't forget, when Charlie Kirk was killed, there were leftists in this country, elected officials who have sworn an oath to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. They were people who were quietly and tacitly, sort of, if they weren't celebrating the assassination of Charlie Kirk, they were kind of basically winking and nodding and saying, well, you know, he kind of deserved it, kind of earned it. Well, what are you going to do? And now this. Again, we're going to have to take a look and see when the thoughts and prayers go up for this young lady and her comrade in arms. I'm wondering if those thoughts and prayers are going to come from the people who called these people the Gestapo. 1-800-848-9222. As promised, Joaquin in Pennsylvania on line 5. Happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Hey, TJ. Happy Thanksgiving to you also.
Thank you.
Maybe I should change it to WABTJ, always broadcasting TJ. Hey,
so what's up, buddy?
You know, here's the thing. I'm going to actually divert to Katz and Cosby today because it was a wealth of information, and between General Blaine Holt, John Catsimatidis, Rita, and Congressman Burchett, there were a lot of things put out there. There's lots of dots, and I got a couple more to add to it, okay?
Sure.
And, this guy, unfortunately, it's more nefarious than just that he was a nut job, all right, who went to D.C. and shot these guardsmen, because I agree with John Katz that he believes that this shooter was actually paid. And as a matter of fact, he probably was actually vetted because, you see, he was a CIA operative, Afghan operative, but he was an assassin. That was his role, okay? So this is painting an interesting picture. And also then you have that Slotkins or whatever, Alyssa, she predicted an event 2 weeks ago, something was going to happen, okay? So now, when you look at it from that point of view, everything is out to basically stop. When you say anti-Trump, it's really anti-sovereign America is what it is. It's an anti-American agenda that's going on, okay? So now you can take all these things and you can tie this particular thing into Butler, Pennsylvania. You look at Crooks, okay? This whole thing, that was not incompetence, okay? That was deliberate. And you have to think CIA and also the Green Beret. If you look at their mission statement, it actually says their mission statement is counter-revolution, okay? Overthrowing governments, playing behind the scenes. That's their actual mission statement. That's what they're trained to do. And the CIA also, okay? And I have another interesting twist I'd like to throw into it. I think that Epstein actually was murdered not to keep him from talking about people, but he actually was murdered to create a cloud over Donald Trump, because the one thing that Epstein could have possibly done was exonerate Donald Trump from anything, because everybody's name that's associated with Epstein was already out there. So what other possible reason could there be to have the guy whacked, which he was? Right. And I think it was basically to create a cloud over Trump, okay? So, when you take a look at all these things, it's sad to see that actually that you would think that people in their own government possibly hired this guy to create an event, which it didn't turn out to be the event that they wanted to have happen in D.C.
Right. Yeah, no, it's things are getting out of hand, and you know what? When you put things in motion, things go foobar, and that is kind of like that's pretty much what it looks like is going on right now, right before our very eyes, and sadly and unfortunately, this 20-year-old is now gone. And on Thanksgiving, Joaquin, I'm sure I'll talk to you a little bit later, buddy. Thanks so much, as always, for calling in. 1-800-848-9222. This is TJ McCormack. I'm filling in for the Rita Cosby on The Rita Cosby Show here on the Red Apple Audio Networks. And let's go to Pete in Staten Island. Pete, good evening. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving, Pete.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and your wife and your lovely family and everybody at the ABC family here.
Yes, it's a good bunch of people here. Yes, we are.
I'm going to be having a mass for Charlie Kirk in Staten Island at my parish. And we don't have the date yet because I have a guy is going to, I commissioned him to make a sculpture of Charlie, and his name is Sergio. He did the statue of the lunch with the beam of the workers.
Oh, right.
And he also did Ronaldo, the soccer player.
Now, don't you have an idea? I thought you had an idea for Coney Island. Tell me about that.
Well, the Coney Island idea is to name something after that woman that was ferociously burned on that Stillwell Avenue there. We have to do something. We got to set a precedent that we are not going to take this anymore. I'm not worried with Mogami there for the mayor. I hope I said his name right, because Donald Trump is going to deal the cards. He's the guy that's going to make the money available. And there's other lady that they said is going to be the city council there. They control everything, the handling of the money and everything. And I think Donald Trump will get this guy to right now. Well, some things are ridiculous, like you're going to have free trains. I mean, it's free now. Nobody's paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's free for a lot of people. Exactly, Pete. Exactly. Pete, you gotta forgive me. I gotta jump because I've got to run, but I'm sure I'll talk to you in a couple hours as I fill in for Lionel a little bit later in the morning. 1-800-848-9222. TJ McCormack in for Rita Cosby, and let's see. You know what? I want to make sure. Let me take the break. When we come back, we'll talk to Pamela right after the break. And then all of you at 1-800-848-9222. This is TJ in for the Rita Cosby on the Red Apple Audio Network.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This shrimp and coconut sauce is divine. What's your secret?
Goya coconut milk.
How does it taste so good?
It's all in that real coconut flavor and that rich, creamy texture.
What about thickeners and added sugars?
None. Just smooth, coconutty goodness.
What can I make with it?
From curries to sweet treats like coconut flan, the possibilities are endless.
Goya coconut milk. Take your cooking to the next level. No question about it. Find it in the Goya section of your local grocery store. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
This episode is brought to you by Blink. Blink Friday starts now with up to 65% off Blink Smart Security. Check on your pets all season long with new Blink Mini 2K Plus cameras. See your gifts arrive in head-to-toe view with Blink Video Doorbell. Ready to use right out of the box. Just unwrap Blink and go. From pet parents to jet setters to busy families, Blink Friday deals have your holidays covered. Shop now at Amazon.com/Blink.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at Amazon.com/new Alexa.
This episode is brought to you by Marqeta. When it comes to your payments provider, you can't afford to compromise. Marqeta's modern payment solutions flex with your business without the trade-offs. Stable and agile, secure and innovative, scalable and configurable. If they say you can't have it all, don't believe them. Your business demands more. Choose a payments provider that delivers more. Choose Marqeta. Visit marqeta.com/Spotify to learn more.
This is the Rita Cosby Show.
Good morning. Good morning. Excuse me. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm stuck in a rut here. I'm sorry, friends. Good evening to all of you. Good Thanksgiving evening to all of you at 25 minutes past the hour. This is TJ McCormack in for Rita Cosby on this Thanksgiving night, 2025. And we are taking your calls. We are reflecting on the fact that Sarah Beckstrom of West Virginia from the West Virginia National Guard did indeed succumb to her injuries after having been ambushed along with her comrade in arms. And his name is Andrew Wolf. Andrew Wolf remains in critical condition. We're praying for his recovery, and we're praying for her soul and for all of their families. And we pray for everyone in service to the nation on Thanksgiving, and to anyone who is pulling a shift this evening, working, not with family, not with friends, anyone, happy Thanksgiving to you. And we're thinking about you. And if anybody out there is wandering a bit and feeling a bit disengaged from their own families or friends or loved ones, we're praying for you as well. We pray for everyone, and we're thinking about you if you're feeling a little lost this Thanksgiving and therefore this holiday season. We pray that you find a way home. And hopefully next Thanksgiving will be better. Perhaps this Thanksgiving is an opportunity to start a life over. I've been in that position in my life. I've had that opportunity to start over, and by the grace of God, I'm here talking to you this evening. And so if anyone is looking for a fresh start, I hope you find that this Thanksgiving and this holiday season. 1-800-848-9222. Pamela in New Jersey. Pamela, good evening. Hello.
Good evening. Glad to hear from you tonight. Boy, we needed you today.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I really mean it. We needed you today. But anyway, it's not a happy Thanksgiving.
No.
We're losing America. We haven't lost her already. We got to get back to our roots, our forefathers' gritty roots. And I suggest now that Piro's on the job, that the killer, and I just say the killer, that justice will be served. And when it is, we need to have a public hanging. We need to send it out virally, globally, to tell the world that we have had it, and we've got to get back to our roots of being tough. And if you don't think the seditious six and the filthy mouths of the people out there who cheered when these guardsmen were shot and killed isn't part of the issue getting these radicalized people going, you're a fool. They look for a crack in our country, and boy, there's plenty of cracks, and there's not enough cement in this world to fill it right now until we start getting tough.
Pamela, you are en fuego right now and articulate as ever. Thank you for leading us into this break. You just set the tone for the last half hour of this show. Pamela, as always, bringing it. Here on the Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Audio Networks, this is TJ. In for Rita, we shall return. Thank you, Pamela.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Every leap in American history has needed breakthrough energy.
Ignition, liftoff.
Now, AI is here, and Chevron is working to power it. We're aiming to develop multi-gigawatt power plants near data centers, designed with future pathways to lower carbon intensity. AI gets the power it needs, communities get the jobs, and the grid stays strong. Powering AI today builds America's next superpower.
Hi, I'm here to pick up my son Milo.
There's no Milo here.
Who picked up my son from school?
Streaming only on Peacock.
I'm gonna need the name of everyone that could have a connection.
You don't understand. It was just the 5 of us.
So this was all planned.
What are you gonna do? I will do whatever it takes to get my son back.
I honestly didn't see this coming. These nice people killing each other.
All Her Fault. A new series streaming now only on Peacock.
Introducing Meta Ray-Ban Display, the world's most advanced AI glasses. With a full color display built into the lens of the glasses, it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. Send and receive messages, translate or caption live conversations, collaborate with Meta AI, and more. Be one of the first to try Meta Ray-Ban Display. Visit meta.com/Meta Ray-Ban Display to book a demo and find your pair.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Jay Kelly is now playing in select theaters and on Netflix December 5th.
Rita Cosby is on.
Hello there, friends. Good evening. On this Thanksgiving 2025, my name is TJ McCormack. I'm in for the Rita Cosby here on Thanksgiving. 34 minutes past the hour, and we are talking about the unfortunate passing of the National Guardsman. Her name was Sarah Beckstrom, 20 years old. She passed from her injuries. Andrew Wolf, her comrade, remains in critical condition. We're talking about everything surrounding this unfortunate news and the state of the nation, with people casting aspersions on people we know that are good people. Our federal agents simply enforcing the law, National Guardsmen simply keeping people safe, and the left chooses to vilify them and ultimately potentially puts them in harm's way themselves, in more of harm's way than they already volunteer to be. 1-800-848-9222. Chris and Bethpage, good evening and welcome to the Rita Cosby Show with TJ.
Hey, TJ. So follow along. For 50 years, so 1975, assassination attempt on Gerald Ford. Mm-hmm. 6 years later, assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. 2 assassination attempts on Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Charlie Kirk murdered. Mm-hmm. 2 National Guardsmen killed. Okay. Mm-hmm. What do they all have in common? All leftists who don't believe in guns, by the way, mm-hmm. who use guns mm-hmm. to take out Republicans or people that lean to the right. Yeah. Where are the people that lean to the right, that love the guns, trying to take out leftists, Democrats. It just doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen.
The hypocrisy is so dramatic that it's scary. It's always attempts against the right by the left. And I'm going to say this. Someone brought up the seditious six, by the way. The Democrats have hit an all-time low right now, if that's possible.
Right.
This is it. This is rock bottom. Where do they go from here? Where are the leaders coming to say, what is going on in this country? I mean, what happened this weekend was so disgusting.
Yeah.
And I don't care who you are. That is, I don't want to hear from these seditious six anymore, or any Democrats or Mandami. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. We've had it. You're done. This is what you do when you don't get your way.
And
you take out people.
And I think, Chris, you know what? To your point, buddy, I think we've heard from President Trump that he's done with them and their shenanigans. And I'm totally putting a goofy word on it, but on their potentially seditious behavior and language. And I think Trump is done with it. And I think Hegseth is done with it. And people like you and me and Pamela in New Jersey clearly are done with it. And I think we're going to start to see a clampdown. I don't want to see a clampdown in free speech. I don't want to see a clampdown in people protesting. I do not want to see that. But when it comes to dangerous speech and calling for violence, definitely we need to clamp down on that. Thanks, Chris. I do appreciate that. You hit the nail on the head on several items there, buddy. Thank you for that. 37 minutes past the hour. Joining TJ on the Rita Cosby Show is Pat in New Jersey. Pat, good evening.
Good evening, TJ. It's very hard to even say happy Thanksgiving.
It does feel a little weird to say it like that. Yeah, you're right.
I could just interject two things. Proud direct descendant of the American Revolution. I have a patriotic family. We stand for everything that is good. And if you're seeing now and witnessing what is trying to be destroyed right before our very eyes, anything that's wholesome and good, if you might think about what took place with the notice that came out to the NYCHA buildings that they can't put any kind of Christmas decoration on their door because it could be a hazard. Think of everything that's being taken away from us little by little by little. And we're losing something. We're losing what we stand for. And I just feel like I have battle fatigue.
Well,
as an American, I feel so exhausted.
That's interesting. You're right. You know what? That's a really, for me, I feel at times, I'm relating to you. There are times when I'm just so sick and tired of talking about some stuff. Really, you know what I mean? For like, and I think we all have a certain fatigue and it's interesting. You have battle fatigue. You feel like you're doing battle with these leftists, these progressives, whether they're on your school board, whether they're your neighbor, whether they're family members. And on Thanksgiving, we tend to tangle with them, or on social media, on Facebook posts, and you're just constantly doing battle. That's a fascinating thing that you just expressed there. You're feeling battle weary from fighting, you know how we always say, fighting the good fight. You know, Pat? That's wild. That is really, that's really perceptive on your part. That's interesting. Let's get over to, and next time you call in, Pat, I want to hear, I want to know, maybe you call in a little bit later. I'd like to know what your connection is. You're a direct descendant from the American Revolution. I'd love to hear what your ancestor, what role they played. Please, I'd love to hear about that. Maybe later this morning, tomorrow morning. Michael in the Bronx, good evening. Welcome to the Rita Cosby Show.
Good evening, TJ. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
And my wishes to Sarah and Andrew's family. I know they must be going through hell right now. This is my worst Thanksgiving in my life. After 31 years, this is the first Thanksgiving without my wife.
Oh, I'm very sorry, buddy. How are you hanging in there today?
Not too well. She took the pneumococcal vaccine, and that was for pneumonia and asthma.
Right.
And it gave her interstitial lung disease and fibrosis of the lungs.
Oy vey.
It was a 3 to 5 year life expectancy. And the last year was awful. And whenever we ask the government, politicians or medical people, doctors, don't mention vaccine. It had nothing to do with the vaccine. I said she took it in 2019. She died in 2024, 3 to 5 year life expectancy. Where's your common sense? It's like they're lying to us in our face. And it's really getting very frustrating. And all I hear on the news is Trump, Biden, Republicans, Democrats. We don't hear of people dying of the lung disease. We don't hear of people dying from the COVID or the pneumococcal vaccine. We don't hear how we're starving. We don't hear how the prices are going up.
Right.
It's all so many distractions. And how did we put 2,000 politicians in office to rule over 350 million people? And they don't and they do so many bad things, and they don't go to jail.
It really is something.
Accountability.
It really is something.
Where is the Republicans in accountability?
Well, I'm
sorry, TJ.
No. First of all, my heart goes out to you. Guys don't do well when the love of their life passes away. Fellas don't normally hang in there, and it sounds like you're doing your level best to hang in there. And when guys lose their wives, there's a certain pillar that's been holding them up for all those years that's not there anymore, and so it can be a real struggle. So, Michael, make sure you keep calling shows like this, and make sure you stay in touch with your buddies, and make sure you have dinner dates and lunch dates with pals and friends and everything to keep yourself occupied. Make sure you check in on yourself. You know what I mean, man? And don't get lost in sadness. Definitely look out for yourself. And you're not wrong. I think we are at a critical mass in this country, and there's a certain comfort level that has been achieved where people have no problem whatsoever casting terrible aspersions and speaking dangerous words in the direction of people who are putting themselves out there. And you're not wrong, Michael. You're not wrong. Politicians become very complacent, and they become very, very difficult to reach, and they become very cocky at times, and they look at their incumbency as the most important thing. And public service should be exactly that, public service, and not necessarily a career. Thank you, Michael. And so this is the Tunnel to Towers Foundation support for our Heroes segment. And
The Rita Cosby Show presents Support Our Heroes.
There you go. Sorry about that, gang. This from the website The Bulwark, a description of a typical day for a service member on Thanksgiving. Imagine a crisp November morning on a U.S. Army post anywhere in the world. Before dawn, military and civilian cooks, who are affectionately known as spoons, have already been at work for hours making final preparation for a throng of diners coming to what are officially called dining facilities, what the troops called DFACs, or what old soldiers knew as mess halls. Their labors are really the culmination of days or even weeks of planning and work on the special Thanksgiving meal. Turkeys thawed and seasoned, ovens calibrated and humming, decorations arranged, amateur ice sculptures with units, patches, or logos emerging. By midday, soldiers and families begin to arrive, children dressed a bit nicer than usual. Spouses greet their unit friends and neighbors with hugs. Retirees who are former members of that unit drop in as honored guests. Officers and senior NCOs wearing their fancy Army dress blue uniforms eventually take their place behind the serving line, carving turkey, ladling gravy, offering jokes and smiles to soldiers and their families who file through. For a service culture that cares deeply about symbols and rituals, this one is very special. Leaders serve the lead. In a peacetime garrison environment, the mission is clear. Bring a taste of home, acknowledge service, and reinforce community. The cooks, soldiers trained in the military occupation called food service specialists, stand ready in chef's whites, quietly proud. Their message to their fellow soldiers and their families is unspoken. We did this for you. You matter. You are seen. Even if you couldn't be at your grandmother's table, you were at a table where you belong. Those scenes have played out for countless soldiers around the world. Some of the most meaningful days of their service, moments of connection, leadership, and gratitude. Thanksgiving in uniform is one of the traditions that many miss most in retirement. All it takes is $11 a month. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. That's T, the number 2, T.org.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Optimism isn't sunshine and rainbows. It's fixing things, changing the way we fix things. It's running the world on smarter energy. Because if optimism never stops, then change can't either. GE Vernova, the energy of change.
Okay, only 10 more presents to wrap. You're almost at the finish line. But first... there, the last one. Enjoy a Coca-Cola for a pause that refreshes.
Getting ready to step into your career era? Set yourself apart with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Hone your skills with apps like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, and more, powered with the latest in creative AI. Students save over 55% so you can build a portfolio you're proud of. Launch your future with Adobe Creative Cloud Pro for students. Visit adobe.com/students to learn more.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Carvana lets you buy your next car on your terms. Explore a massive inventory online, filter for what matters, and find your perfect match. Then choose delivery to your home or pick it up at one of Carvana's iconic car vending machines. Every car also comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee, so you can make sure it's the right fit. Buy your car on Carvana. Delivery or pickup fees may apply. Limitations and exclusions may apply. See our 7-day return policy at Carvana.com.
Carvana.
It's the Rita Cosby Show.
Good evening, and thinking of everyone on this Thanksgiving. It's an honor to be here for Rita Cosby. My name is TJ McCormack on the Rita Cosby program on the Red Apple Audio Networks all around the United States. It's 51 minutes past the hour. On this Thanksgiving night, as we creep towards Black Friday and all of the madness and insanity that will likely ensue in malls and shopping centers and Walmarts and Targets and other places all around the United States and now internationally too. But in these waning moments of Thanksgiving, where we received sad news as a nation when an innocent 20-year-old hero passed away, and again, just one final time, we will say Sarah's name, Sarah Beckstrom, one of the West Virginia National Guardsmen. Who was ambushed along with her colleague, Andrew Wolf. He is still in critical condition, but we pray for the soul of Sarah. On this Thanksgiving, where we still count our blessings and think of those who are looking for their blessings. Let's go to Sandra in New Jersey. Sandra, good evening and welcome to the Rita Cosby program. I'm TJ.
I know, TJ. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
I did.
Even though I'm glad, even though we're faced with all the sadness. Yeah. I wanted to know, is the assassin still alive? Because I hope he is. I hope he doesn't die, because I don't want him to die so easily to get away with what he did. Your previous caller said she'd like to use him as an example. So would I. I mean, for him to get away with all this and just goodbye, he's dead now. No, I'd like him to suffer and to realize what he did. And this is like the last straw on the camel's back.
Yeah.
Just so sad and such.
I know.
It's like it's going to get worse and worse, maybe. But we have to do something. And I keep asking, what should we do? What do you think we should do?
Well, more is going to come out. One thing is for sure is, we're hearing more and more about we're gonna hear more and more about this Biden program. We're hearing that there are some officials now. There's a former FBI official who's been coming out and pointing fingers and naming names about this botched repatriation program, where again it was called the Operation Allies Welcome. And Operation Allies Refuge programs that brought in many of these Afghan nationals unvetted other than the fact that they had some connection and contact to U.S. forces on the ground in Afghanistan. But a lot of them were facilitated by the CIA, and that doesn't always mean that they're the most wholesome, lovely, American-loving folks on the planet. And clearly one of those chickens came home to roost in the person of Rahmanullah Lakanwal. Let's get over to let's see who is there. Let's get over to Pete in Jersey. Pete, good evening. Hello, and happy Thanksgiving. As happy as it can be.
Thank you. Hi, TJ.
Hi, Pete.
It's good for any person to hear, and it's helped me a lot. One little line that came from the New Testament scripture. It came from Mary's mouth, actually. And the line is, "The Lord's mercy is upon those who fear him from generation to generation." And how I analyze things in recent times, recent years, and in the future is I see that good God, the Most High, is having every person in North America and Europe guard and rake their own selves to either the left-hand side of Jesus or the right-hand side of Jesus, exactly like Jesus said.
All right.
At the crucifixion and the book of Revelation.
So it's important to notice good versus evil. Pete, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you for helping me bring the show home and to indeed do that and close out the Rita Cosby program on this Thanksgiving Thursday. Let's get to Pat in New Jersey. Pat, good evening.
Good evening. You wanted me to call you back? I spoke
yes.
I was a direct descendant of the sons and daughters of the American Revolution, but I didn't know how to call you back or what line to talk to you
no,
on.
that's fine. No, you know what? Listen, I'm going to be back in about an hour and starting at 1 a.m. So let's, if you're up, let's continue that call. Then we'll be back on the Red Apple Audio Networks in for Lionel in about an hour. All right? So thank you there, Pat. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. This has been a real pleasure, and it's been an unfortunate duty to have to talk about Sarah and the passing of this wonderful, brave young woman. And we will keep Sarah in our thoughts and prayers, and all of our National Guardsmen. And on this Thanksgiving night, we think about everybody in the military. We think about all of our family and friends. We think about the people we haven't seen in a while. And we think about those who are struggling with addiction and depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts and tendencies and all those things that ail us. Those people that are right now tonight in a hospital bed and not at home with family and friends, think about you as well. To everyone who wasn't where they'd want to be on Thanksgiving, let's hope that maybe this time next year your life is on the mend and that you are doing better and that you're in a happier place. As someone who has been on the wrong side of that myself about 20 years ago, I know what the power of prayer can do, and I know that God and life give us all second chances. I am grateful to Mr. Katz and everyone at 77 WABC and the Red Apple Audio Networks, and to Rita Cosby, my friend, for allowing me to fill in for her on this Thanksgiving. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of the night and morning.
Thanks for listening to The Rita Cosby Show. You can hear The Rita Cosby Show weeknights at 10 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?